Hello, you two vintage stereo restorers and Marantz appreciators. There's quite a few of us out there. Hey, I've been puttering around on this one a bit. It was a long weekend up here in Canada, so I didn't get onto it as much as I wanted to. But when you don't have much time, pick smaller things to complete. I took the faceplate off, cleaned everything behind it. It already had LED fuse lamps in it and a new vellum. The paper between the dial lens, the dial escutcheon, and the backlight. So there wasn't much to do there. Cleaned it up a little with a little more detail. Cleaned the knobs. Then what you have to do is take the nuts off of the bass and treble control and move back this board. There's a bunch of caps on it. There's what, 8 caps on it, I believe? Yes. And 6 transistors. The transistors are fine. They're not noisy or anything. If you're noticing there's some stuff on here. Yeah, somebody absolutely filled the balance control with fader lube. And because there's quite a bit inside, I've cleaned up quite a bit of it. And there's some that must have spilled out of the track because there's residue on here. And there's a line of residue at the bottom of this knob. When you are cleaning the controls, I've been using Neutral 401B. It's the old formula. It just seems to last longest. And of course there's dioxide is a very similar chemical. Dioxide fader lube should be used sparingly, and this stuff should not be used in a slider control. Most of them will actually make it worse. It somehow swells the plastic that's in there and you can hardly move it. This one moves really nice, there's no noise. Somebody was really gunning it with fader lube. Made a little bit of a mess, but then again preserved it. This is the power board. And these 3 things right here is for the main filter cap. The 3300 microfarad 55 volt, which is glued on and clamped on to beat the band. Let's get that one out. Don't want to break the board. But I haven't broken a circuit board like in 30 years, so I use my 25 watt iron. Let's just get most of the solder off there. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a fight. You gotta bend these up just enough that you can get some needle nose on them after you desolder them. Come on. So get that one strained out as much as you can. I really want to change this one because it has this background hum that you just can't seem to get rid of, you know? When the volume is down. Yeah, that'll move. Come on, there we go. Get that one straight. This one straight. Now let's see how tight it is on here. I'm just grabbing it. I'm got my thumb on the top of the power transformer and my hand on that cap. I'm just going to exert a bit of pressure. Not too much. This one's going to fight us. These can be hard to get off. That's going to really take a bit. even with all most of the solder gone or all of it gone. I tried. There was a couple on this board. Even some of the smaller ones were glued down, and whatever it is, the nail polish remover wasn't dissolving it very well. Okay, so let's turn it around and get over to here. Now, what I like to do is kind of get it started if I can. Well, I heard the glue let go. Okay, you can get this one out, you can get any of them out. Okay, I don't want that in your eyes. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put some heat on it. A little bit of pressure, let the heat get to the other side. Let's lift it up a bit. Push it down a bit. I heard the glue crack on it, so that is a good sign. You know, those are going to be a drag to get out. That one's straightened up. Trying to get as much mechanical interference. See, that one broke right off. That's fine. This cap's not going back in. Okay, I'm just going to work it a little bit more from this side. It's hard not to be a little bit rough because I don't think they ever intended that to come out. If you've ever seen a video of surgery on the human body, they can get pretty rough too. You wonder why you wake up and you hurt so much. Okay. There it is. Give it a push. I remember one time taking, it was an AM 5-tube radio with a cap just like this on the board. And I was up late one night working on it, like, it must be like 40 some years ago, right? And I got to the point, it was either coming off the board or one of us is going to go down fighting. Let's just break those right off now. And it did come off the board, and I ended up with a little crack in the board. And then I learned how well that crazy glue works to fix boards. I'm just giving it a little bit of a wiggle, trying to get it to move. Yeah, you gotta have patience on this. The metal on this stereo is pretty impressive. The chassis metal. It actually moved there. Get it as warm as possible. There must be just a ton of glue on this. Oh, there's quite a bit of movement there. It's actually loose, except for right here. Hope you can see it. It is worth it because it will quiet it down and be more reliable. You know, something I hear all the time is somebody brings me something. I'll say, hey buddy, can you look at this? Oh, that must be at least 60 years old. Oh yeah. I think it's just a loose wire inside of it or something. Maybe that'll get the sound back. I go, no, maybe it's like about 60 or 70 filter caps. There's quite the ring of glue on there, but the board's fine. We just have to figure out which is plus and minus. Yeah, it's marked there. I'll show you what I was going to put in it. I hope the holes line up. There it is. Maybe they won't. Might have to use something else. This is a 3300. Close. So it would go in like that. Just strain the leads out of it. Yeah, this is a Nishikon. I picked these up from a store, you know, that does surplus. It's going to need a little adjustment to get those in, but that's going to work. You're going to have to fight the glue on every cap on this board. There, you can just feel how tight they are. But the biggest one will be the hardest one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape that off a bit, then blow it out, and line the holes up, put that one in, and then try it out. I've got this one soldered in, the 3300 microfarad 100 volt. It's actually the same physical size, which is good. And I turned it on, quiet as anything at idle. No hum coming through any other circuits. Maybe I should just stop while I'm ahead. I don't know. There's where it attaches right there. What I actually did, the foil on this, the new cap didn't have the third leg. So what I did is I just scraped a little bit of the green off to extend the solder a little further, to give it a better, firmer mount. But it's amazing the difference in sound. That part right there is the one that makes the biggest difference between before and after. This one had a bit of hum, which is annoying. You say, well, it's an old receiver. No, it should be quiet. So that's it. It's a single rail power supply, so that's why there's only one of those. I'll finish it off. This thing's going to sound great. Thanks for watching and listening.